This is why it's important for you to dive into personal growth and development because your mind is what controls the world. I personally believe. I feel like we all live in our own worlds. So how you think about things, how you view things is what gets you your results. Is when I decided to continue, all these moments flow through afterwards. I just want y'all to hear that. Like, I had the perfect opportunity to stop. I had the perfect opportunity to quit. How am I gonna do this? It's no, why am I gonna still do this? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of In the Living Room podcast where we learn, laugh, and heal. And this one is my big thank you for sticking around, for those who, have been supporting the channel. If you are new to this channel, and this episode serves you in any kind of way, the deal is subscribe if it does something for you. If it doesn't, see you later. Okay, manita, see you later. But I'm only here to say, for real, guys, we are at the ending of season 2, and I want to tell you the roller coaster that this has been, the beautiful ride that this has been was, nothing short of amazing. To even know how, it got started, right? Shout out to my brother Narrative, right? You will see him season 3. That's my word to my 10 muscle ups. You would see him season 3. To reaching out to him and, recording that first episode, to being in my cousin's crib. So, all right, let me give you some context. I didn't have a show for about 90 days. I know I've probably said another episode, but here's my thank you, my letter to you guys is I didn't have a show for 90 days, and financially I wasn't in a place to really get it up and running because all this stuff costs some money. Come season 3, we'll be sure to inform you guys of what exactly we use here in the living room in case you are aspiring to start a podcast or you kind of got something going on but don't know what you need. We're definitely going to be more intentional about that come season 3 for sure. I had the honor to have a brother like Wally by my side to say, hey, what do I need? And I just knew that I was going to be all in regardless. Like I knew that break I took wasn't to break me, it was to build me, right? So things happened and I didn't do an episode for about 90 days. And in that same 90 days, the apartment where I shot season 1, I also lost. So I have no podcast, plus the same location that I started with a podcast, both don't exist. So I just thought about all the things that I've read, bootstrapping your business. I thought about Under Armour. This is something we might have mentioned and some of you may not have heard the phrase, but this is why important. When you're starting a business or you're starting an idea, you got to start it cheap or you got to start it, with the minimum that you can and make sure it is effective and it works. So this is why I did In the Living Room, so I don't have to go find the studio, right? I first had a group that, had the equipment, so I didn't have to get the equipment. So as I went, I can go as I continued. But the Under Armour story is huge because some of you are probably sitting on an idea and don't know where to start, and you just got to try it out on somebody. Like the Under Armour story, I know I keep repeating myself, but here's what happened. It's just a gentleman that simply said, bro, we run through our T-shirts in this football gear over and over and over. Every single practice, we ripping through tees. We sweat so much. He went and said, let me go make a shirt out of spandex material, right? Like this kind of material to see if it holds the sweat. And that was his first, product. And he put it on his friends at the game. And one person was like, yo, this is actually amazing. It's holding the sweat. Other people were opposed to like, yo, bro, I'm not putting that on. I'm good. And after a couple practices, people were asking, yo, bro, where do you get these shirts? I want one too, because now I'm not running and burning through my T-shirts. That is a multi-billion-dollar company now. His ups and downs were ridiculous. Like he used to gamble, right? He's playing blackjack with his last couple dollars. And he went from a person who started a business to not being able to get past a toll from AC, I think it was. So the ups and downs of these entrepreneurs, I'm like, yo, it's never a straight line. This is why it's important for you to dive into personal growth and development because your mind is what controls the world, I personally believe. I feel like we all live in our own worlds. So how you think about things, how you view things is what gets you your results. thinking about all their journeys, thinking about all these entrepreneurs, think about the entrepreneurs that I know, think about the stories that I interviewed myself when I came to a place where it was like, how am I going to do this? It's no, why am I going to still do this? And little by little, I hit narrative like, yo, I need help because, this dude wants to do an episode. I see my cousin. He's like, yo, why didn't you tell me what you was going through? You can record in my crib. It's still a living room. You just didn't know it was my living room. Recorded legendary episodes there, right? Ian Dunlap, that was a crazy episode. Shout out to my man, Ian Dunlap. Even how that came about and all these things is when I decided to continue, all these moments flow through afterwards. So I just want y'all to hear that. Like, I had the perfect opportunity to stop. I had the perfect opportunity to quit. And said, nah, there's a reason behind this. And every single time I come across that, something else happens. So thank you all who've watched those interviews and those episodes and who've commented. And then my cousin moved. So we finally got it. Like, we got the spot. If y'all remember, I had this cool intro of the drone. Shout out to the drone. Damn, we need to... that drone. Look, so y'all can know something too when I'm telling you about the process. If you look at a couple of the episodes behind, go watch Ian Dunlap's episode, right? That or whichever one you want. That drone shot was a fired shot. That drone broke that day. It broke that day. We had to get that in one shot. We got it, hit the tree, and it was over for. Things you don't see. You know what I'm saying? So it's up on fire. Cool. The drone is back alive. But just to give you the stuff that you don't see that you can laugh about today. And in the moment where it happened, it wasn't so funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it happened, it wasn't so funny, but we got the shot, the magic behind that. Not knowing who we're going to be guests. Shout out to Zeke, my brother, for starting that actually season, right? Shout out to my man Zeke, bro. You brought that energy season 1, bro. I mean, season 2 to start it, and it just fell through. It just lined up. Fast forward, my cousin, he moves. After we got it to the science, your narrative. Remember that? Like, the setup, the light, it was just, with JD, we had it. We had it. And then he moves. And we like, damn, you moving? Uh-oh. And we go to the new spot, and it was like, there's no way, right? It's just way bigger. It's going to be way longer to set up. And we gear up to say, yo, you know what? Things happen, right? Let's just do it in your living room, bro, in your crib. And making the phone calls. Got this room painted right away. Replicated what we saw. Like, got together and just said, no, there's something about adjusting. Every entrepreneur knows how to pivot. And after doing all that, the mayor then comes here. Like, I want y'all to understand, these things were not premeditated, all right? They weren't scheduled prior to. It's consistently doing the work. And in doing so, things appear. I also got into schools this season, right? As I'm speaking this episode right now, have my own school in Dyckman. Shout out to my school in Dyckman. Yeah, I love that class. Shout out to Ms. Schneider. Shout out to Beth. Appreciate you. As I'm speaking to you right now, I just got word that 368, which is Intech Academy, which is down the block from me, it's finally giving me my contract to go work with them. And these are the same place where I interviewed my 4th grade basketball coach. I didn't even know I had his contact still. I want y'all to understand. I hope y'all feeling where I'm coming from. This is not the Rob story. It's understand my story because you got this in you too. You got it in you too, right? Artists, you name it. We got him here. We got him here. Government officials, we got him here. And I sincerely, genuinely still believe we're just getting started. I literally believe that. And I just want to come on here and really, really say thank y'all for real. It's harder than what we think it is when I want to do things for the pod. Like, I feel like we deserve a barbecue. I feel like we're supposed to link up and meet each other. I think we're supposed to have a meetup prior to season 3 for those who already were guests or for those who've been supporting the channel. I would love to meet you in person. And we're going to cook that up as well. And on to season 3, man. I feel like it's a great time to close out the season. Some things we're going to package up together and beware, be here. That I feel like bigger and better opportunities for us to grow together are going to be here. So I just want to come on here and say thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for those who I've met. Let me just also say this. I've met in the street and said, hey, I want you to understand the power behind meeting somebody for the first time. And they're like, hey, I know who you are. I watched this episode. And the episode is not to say, oh, I didn't like your take on this. I like the fact that you spoke on something that spoke to me and I was able to speak to my mom about it. Or I finally had the courage to go do this and start my own business. Like, we're not the platform just yet that's doing millions of views, but I feel like it's hitting the right person at the right time when they do view it. So forever grateful for you. Let's run it up together. Let's meet each other. Let's build with each other. Thank y'all so much for being part of this process. Season 3, we're on the way. We're on the way. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Rob De La Rosa, the bald-headed Dominican from the Bronx. See y'all season 3. Later.